Welcome back to this Boston edition of Weekend Wandering. Now earlier I traveled with James O'Leary through the Freedom Trail, but Boston isn't just rich in history, it is also rich in culture. The Bay State is home to several famous museums and an aquarium. Tucker Gonzalo joins us to tell us everything we should see while we're here.
Thanks, Maria. Boston certainly is known for being a progressive city, but it hasn't lost its roots in the classics. Now, Bostonians and tourists alike flock to the city each year to see its world-renowned museums, but the Museum of Fine Arts still stands out among the best and the brightest.
This city, tucked away in the Northeast, is home to some of the world's most acclaimed artists' works. Over 1 million people visit the MFA each year to see paintings by Renoir, Copley, and Van Gogh, just to name a few. If classical art isn't your cup of tea, you can head on over to the Institute of Contemporary Art, or the ICA. This gem hosts different exhibits throughout the year, and currently you can see a piece entitled Clockwork for Oracles, created by Sandra and Gerard Feinberg. The ICA is also hosting a controversial street artist, Shepard Fairey. His claim to fame is a Warhol-esque take on President Obama.
The MFA and the ICA may prove to be a little difficult for families with young tykes, but Boston has a children's museum that will surely spark their impressionable minds.
Whether the kids are molding clay, learning about worms, or making origami dolls, this museum is sure to be a hit. And they may even get a chance to sing and dance on stage with professional actors. From adults to children, another hotspot brings nature right to you. You can see the penguins without traveling all the way to the icy Antarctic. The New England Aquarium is home to over 30,000 animals, and here you can meet a lobster, watch ginormous jellyfish, and get blown a kiss by a harbor seal, all in the same day. After spending the day on your feet, you may want to head over to Boston's Theater District, sit down, and enjoy a show. Whether you're into musicals, interactive performances, or comedy, there's definitely something for you in the Theater District.
You can't even begin to see all these sights in one day. But, like Boston's history and culture, these attractions have made their mark and will be around to entertain you for years to come. Back to you, Maria.
Thanks, Tucker. Now on to one of my favorite things to do when I visit a new city: eat. And Beantown knows its food. It even has a dessert named after it. Dubbed Boston Cream Pie, this round-shaped pie filled with custard and topped in chocolate frosting was invented here in Boston by French chef M. Sanzian at the Omni Parker Hotel. Now we have food enthusiast Casey Grennan to tell us all about the delicious eats here in Boston.
When you think of Boston restaurants, most people want to go where everybody knows their name. But Beantown has so much more to offer. Follow me. Just take a walk down the Freedom Trail and you'll end up in Boston's North End. It's our own little Italy. And the smell of garlic, tomato sauce, homemade pastries fill the air here on Hanover Street. There are hundreds of family-owned restaurants here where you can order favorites such as lasagna, homemade ravioli, and my favorite, chicken marsala. Or try something new that's the house's specialty. Be sure to save room for dessert because here in the North End, cannolis are king. Bakeries line Hanover Street, tempting the taste buds of those who pass by. Usually, they don't get very far. And for those of you who feel you may have a knack in the kitchen, you can come to a grocer here in the North End and pick up some fresh pasta, olive oil, all the great things you need to make your own delicious dish. Speaking of pasta, do you know where it originated? It was in China, and guess what? You're in luck because Boston has its very own Chinatown. Tucked away in downtown Boston are some of the best-kept secrets of the city. There are shabu-shabu restaurants, dim sum, and yes, noodle shops.
One here trying what is known as the best noodle restaurant. How to find
it? The city of Boston is such a cultural melting pot, and with all it has to offer, you are sure to get your fill.
After the break, a look at Boston sports and shopping. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Did you know the Red Sox have been a team for over 100 years? So it is no surprise that professional sports are a big deal here in Boston. Bri Papa joins us live with everything you need to know about Boston sports.
Thank you, Maria. In Boston, sports are not only a pastime, but a way of life. Now we will go to Fenway Park, the heart of Boston.
Fenway is home to the 7-time World Series champs Boston Red Sox. The biggest days at Fenway are opening day, Yankee Series, or the playoffs. The ballpark is a great alternative to the pub scene, offering a full menu of delicious food and drink. And don't forget while you're there to try a tasty Fenway Frank. Other than a few additions, Fenway Park for the most part is unchanged. With stories from legends that have played there for more than 8 decades, Fenway remains a link to the legends of baseball's past.
Now we will go to the North End, where you can experience some amazing food, but you may also see some superstars as well.
They've won 5 Stanley Cups and are currently in first place in the Eastern Division.
If you're in the neighborhood, you should go to a game. For Weekend Wanderings, I'm Bree Papa.
Now that we know where to go, what to see, and where to eat, the big question is what to wear. Our reporter Shannon Donahue visits some of the ritziest and cheapest places to shop.
If sports aren't your thing, then let's try some shopping. Boston is a city full of history and secrets of our nation's past. But did you know people flock here for more than just a history lesson? Tourists come from all over just to catch a taste of some of the best shopping around. The first place I had the chance to visit was Boston's historic Newbury Street. This famous 8-block stretch of shops houses everything from small boutiques, jewelry shops, quaint cafes, and even high-end department stores. As I walked around, I couldn't help but notice the cutting-edge fashion and shops that catered to almost every shopper who walked on these streets. The window displays were eye-catching, and I had a hard time focusing on just one store to go into. That's the great thing about a large stretch of shops. The options are endless, and you get to spend an entire day walking around in one of our nation's most appealing and fashionable cities. If Newbury Street is a lot to take in one day and you're looking for something in a hurry or a cheaper alternative, let's take a look at another Boston shopping hotspot in Downtown Crossing. Let's go take a look. Downtown Crossing is conveniently located just near the beautiful Boston Common. I walked around for hours and saw so many affordable bargains. Large department stores, accessories, and yes, ladies, even shoe stores are just a few shops that may catch your eye and entice your hunger for a great steal. Another plus to shopping in this small area was the walking aspect. No cars are allowed here, making it safe and less crowded for the shopaholic. You can spend more time running to catch the next fabulous bargain without the worry of traffic. This is a plus for that die-hard shopper. As you can see, a little bit of cold weather and snow can't keep the people of Boston from finding everything they need right in the heart of the city. I hope you've enjoyed this sneak peek exclusive of the hot shopping spots in the city, and as for me, I'm going to go do a little bit of shopping on my own. In Downtown Crossing, I'm Shannon Donahue.
Now, it may be beautiful outside, but travel expert Sarah Askoff has the inside scoop on what to pack for a weekend in Boston.